was good. Very upbeat. Very. I know there's a lot of relief for the fact that this is what they can focus on now that school's over with. It was really good.
Willie, how key is it that turnovers? How key is it that turnovers are part of what you guys were this year on defense?
It's been very instrumental. You know, I mean, we are a bend don't break. We're not quite stout as we want to be. We're not quite positive at times, as positive as we want to be, and the turnovers obviously help, because if we can do that, every time we do that, it gives our offense one more series. You know, you'd like to be able to think that you can give the offense at least 3 more series a game. You know, and with our explosive offense, it gives our offense more opportunities to score. And it seems like every time we've had or led in that situation in the turnover margin, okay, our scores aren't as close as they are when we don't get turnovers.
How good of a year did Wendell have for you in the middle?
He was productive. You know, he was healthy, which I think obviously it helps not only himself, but helps the whole structure of the defense, because he's a guy that gets people lined up and he understands what we're trying to get done. So I think he had a much better year, much more productive year. You know, his leadership stands forth in the huddle and on the field. So he did everything that we've asked him to do.
Jerry Franklin, what was his year? Did he improve?
Yeah, Jerry. You know, Jerry still hasn't quite reached his potential. You know, there's some inconsistencies about his game. Okay, but there's nothing that he can't improve on. You know, and it starts this week. It starts next week. It starts in our game, and he's building for next year. But I mean, when you look at our, you know, our stat board and where everybody's at, he's at the very top of the board. So the production, you know, it speaks for itself.
You look at him in the middle or Will linebacker?
Well, he's our Will right now, you know, and you know, he's played both as the season's gone on, and I think he feels more comfortable there when he's had to make that change to go to Mike backer than he did a year ago. You know, a year ago he probably had a week to prepare at the Mike linebacker. You know, we do a good job now of making sure that he gets some Mike reps, so it's never going to be foreign to him.
Coach, how's it working out balancing recruiting and these bowl practices?
You know, I mean, you got to do it. You know, I mean, we sat there yesterday as a staff and wondered if we were doing the right thing, and there's no doubt we are. We have to do it, and Coach has proven success by doing it this way. You know, it does put extra time, okay, organization, the whole 9 yards, because of the fact that you don't have the mornings to prepare for an afternoon practice because of how early we do practice in the mornings. The fact that we travel all over the country, you know, change different time zones, it makes your day long and makes your mornings fast. And you know, but it's nothing that none of these people are not used to doing, okay, with Coach's staff that he's had together, and knowing how important it is to stay on top of our recruiting, seeing our recruits, okay, you know, finding nuggets that kind of pop up and now checking those kids out, you know. So it's been very organizational, and it's going to pay off at the end.
Do you have all the coaches here today?
Yes, we did. I believe we did. I didn't take a head count, but I believe we did. I know we were in there together at 7 o'clock this morning, so it seemed like everybody's there. All the chairs were full.
So you guys just scatter out?
Yes, yes. We've gone different areas. The first 2 days, Monday and Tuesday, when we didn't practice, we game planned, and then in the afternoon we scattered. Yesterday we didn't have a lot of people out, but we had you know, a few guys out. You know, gave us the opportunity to spend some time more on the game plan and getting ready for practice and staying with people that are important to us, and those are our people, you know, our players. Today we practiced this morning. We got some more guys heading out this afternoon. You know, we'll get ready to practice again in the morning and stuff. So again, it's awfully organized, it's awfully structured, and making sure that the ones that are here get things prepared for the next day.
Trying out D'Anthony at DB there?
Yeah, we did. That was kind of neat, you know. It was kind of great to see him make a play. He's a very natural athlete, you know, and he picked things up very well. So, I mean, he's in that fold of what we're doing with some other players, and, you know, I have a great rapport with him. And I think it made things a lot easier. You know, sometimes when you start off on offense or start off on defense, sometimes players look at you a lot differently than probably what you're perceived to be, okay, or what you truly are. You know, I mean, here's a guy that's been on offense all this time, and shoot, there's no telling what they talk about you when they go to the locker room, you know, and how hard Coach Robinson is like that. But, you know, we've dealt with D'Anthony on special teams. He's very coachable. He's really a good football player athletically, and we need to find a home for him because he is a guy that we should use his ability, his talent.
Is that safety or corner?
It's corner.
You said some other guys also
Right, we talked about that a week ago with an example is Colton Nash. Okay, I mean moving from one side of the ball to the other and stuff. So we've done that with a few guys. That's the guy that I can remember right now. My mind's about 1,000 different places, but that's the name that pops up because he's an impressive guy.
How's Colton been?
I'm sorry?
How has Colton been?
Well, I think the thing that he has going for him is the fact that every day he hits that one-man sled. You know, and he has great hips. He's really good snap. He's strong, country strong, and he's only gotten bigger because of our weight program and our conditioning program. He's a very good athlete.
2 years into this program, where would you say you guys are? Where you're headed?
Well, we like to think that these next couple of weeks are spent on next year, okay, and that playing in this game is the start of our 2010 season, and we feel like. We aren't where we used to be, but we're not where we want to be, but we're heading in the right direction. Right there, young man.
Players all like these indoor workouts because it's been cold, but can you do everything you need to do?
No, we talked about that. No, that's a good point. We're going to have to get outside, and bear it out here, and we ought to get at least special teams. We need to get special teams because if you can't get the special teams, then sometimes you're kind of practicing like a flea circus. You don't get the ball up in the air. You don't get the timing of the foot and seeing the flight of the ball. But at least we can get some of our special teams, and Mother Nature's going to cooperate with us, and it's going to be warm.
How's Ross Rasser?
Ross is doing good. I like to see him keep his focus. Sometimes he makes me scratch my head. But, I mean, he's a guy that gives you full effort, and he runs really well. He's going to be a good football player as his career goes on.
Where do you have vision for him?
Tight safety, our strong safety. And, he's got enough skill, that he might be able to sit down there. And right now he's in a backup role behind Jericho in that jack position. And throughout practice he's done a good job. Haven't seen him much in the game. But, I mean, we need to have a plan in case something was to happen to Jericho. And he's the guy that we're working there.
Couple more guys.
How important is it for your guys to get back on the field and deliver the goal after the LSU game? Just being able to bear.
Yeah, you got to get that taste out of your mouth. That was a bitter pill to swallow. It took me, I know, a week, get over and stuff, But it's important to get back out there. I think, the fact that you are out there, and you are practicing was a lot different than last year when we won that game, but yet we weren't playing in another. But the kids' attitude and the kids' character and leadership got them right back into the weight room that following Monday. This is an opportunity now to get back out on the field. Now, it's a lot easier to focus on what you do academically when really all you're doing now is just focusing on academics, and then it's just conditioning. I think the last week and a half, the fact that we've been in finals, the fact that we're practicing, okay, again, it's more for them to understand and what they have to maintain and making sure they stay organized, stay focused on the academics, and finish on the academics. So we don't have any strays, that venture off where we can't use those bodies. So we need to they did a good job these last 2 weeks in handling both.
How are you feeling? How
am I feeling? I feel peachy. I feel really good. Okay, I'm taking better care of myself. I got a lot of people making sure of that, and so I feel a lot better. Oh, rest is not of an issue, right? I mean, rest is rest. I mean, you get used to those 6-hour sleeps and stuff, and then you get right back at it. But it's more of the fact that I don't eat. I didn't eat, so I don't eat breakfast. I have my 4 or 5 cups of coffee. I don't eat lunch, and then I don't eat dinner because I'm watching practice. So my meal comes at night when it's, I get home and I have a chance to, to feed myself. But that's not that I can't do it. It's just that I want to get off the practice field, go watch film. Okay, I want to get up in the morning, get practice structured. And that's just how I've operated and throughout my whole career is doing it that way. And, it's finally caught up with me.
Are you eating better now?
Yeah, I mean, I eat a granola bar and breakfast, and I have some toast, and then, lunch I might grab another granola bar. I'm backing off on the coffee. And that kills me. It's absolutely killing me, but I back off on the coffee, so I'm drinking more fluids and more Gatorades and staying hydrated. And I mean, a couple of weeks ago when this went down, it was kind of interesting how all the coaches around the country kept making comments. Urban Meyer made the comment, you go to work and, even though you're sick, and I mean, he pushed himself through the game, but he still got himself dehydrated where he had to end up going to the hospital. I mean, this is a high tempo, high pace, type of business we're in, and it's really important that you do maintain yourself so, the physical aspect stays up there with the mental aspect as well.